Hey everyone, I hope you all are safe and doing good. So, in this lecture, we will see what is method overloading in Java. In the previous lecture, we have seen parameter passing mechanism in Java, and the small topic is left in method, that is method overloading. So, basically, what is method overloading? How we achieve this thing? We'll see practically this thing with examples, don't worry, right? What is method overloading? So, if within a same class, I am having multiple methods with same name but different parameters, then this is known as method overloading. Like in my class I have two or three students with same name, but how we can I can differentiate those students? The name is same, but obviously that appearance or the physical appearance is different, na? How they look, that is different. So that's how I can differentiate between those students having same name. So same, if in programming more than one method, like more than like two method or three method or four methods are having same name, so there must be something to differentiate among these methods, and that is what, based on parameters we can differentiate. Means maybe in some method we are passing two parameter, in another method I am passing three parameter, or maybe in one method I am passing int type of parameter, in another method I am passing string type of parameter. So based on parameter list we can differentiate methods, right? So method overloading basically allows us to create multiple methods with the same name, but each with a unique method signature. Method signature we have discussed. I'll tell you this thing practically also, which is defined by the number and the type of parameter they accept. Like for this example, let's take this example. Here I am having one method, that is sum. Return type of sum is int, and it is accepting two parameter of int type, int a, int b. One method is having return type is double, name is same. See, sum, name is same. But here I am passing two parameters only, but the type of the parameter is different. Here I am passing int, here I am passing double. So this is how we can differentiate the methods. Here you need to take care the name is same. In this example, the name is same, print. Number of parameter is also same, 1 and 1. Here we are passing string, here I am passing int. So it will also print, it will also print. It will also add, it will also add, but parameters are different. It will add to int value, it will add to double value. Right? So basically, why we need this method overloading? See, if suppose you want to print int value, string value, and you want to print like char value, you want to print float value, double value, or boolean value, something like this. You want to print these values. Whatever user will pass, you print these values. So if method overloading is not supported in Java, means if we are not allowed to create multiple methods with same name within the same class, then what you need to do? Like the method you want to print, maybe the name you will take like print int or display int, something like this. For string, we write print string, the name of the method. For char, we simply maybe write print char. Like for this, print float, print double. Although the functionality is same, all the methods are printing. That's it, right? But see, name is different. Okay. Now you have to remember the names of every function. Like if you want to print, then call exact name of this, then string, then exact name you call this and this, right? So this is like, it's kind of less readable, not maintainable, this code. But what if I can have the method name same, that is print only, to print int, string, char, float, or double, anything you can print. Method name would be print only. Based on parameter, here simply pass int. Here I simply pass like string, maybe like this. Here next simply pass character, then float, then double. See now, method name is same, print. So now you don't need to remember like the exact name, what would be the name. because the name is same. So it allows overloading allows the consistent naming convention. For similar functionality, just use same name. If you want to print int, just pass int. So somewhere we have defined these methods, and when you call this method, what is the way? Simply the method name, and I'm passing, suppose print 5. Method name, I am passing Jenny. Method name, I am passing 5.5. Like suppose I am having a print for double also, like this. So now the method name is same. I pass int one, if I pass string, and in one I am passing double value. So it's now the headache of compiler. At compile time, compiler will, identify if this method is there, but out of these method defined method, which method is to be invoked. So if I am passing int, so this method is to be invoked. If I am passing string, then this print would be invoked. If I am passing double, then this method would be invoked. So compiler will decide at compile time only, right? It will like write in bytecode that, okay, for this statement, this overloaded method is to be called. So the name is same. That is why we call these method as overloaded methods. So compiler decided compile time which overloaded method is to be called based on the parameters you pass, based on your parameter list, right? So here I'm passing different type of parameter. Number of parameter is same, only one parameter I am passing, but type is different. Here int, here string, here double, maybe some character or float or something like this, or boolean, right? So that's why we need. So now here, see, it's I guess more readable. Print rather than print int, print string, print Karen, like this. I guess you agree with me. So this thing is more readable. So it is going to take your going to make your code more readable, more maintainable, because it gives us the consistent naming convention, right? And it gives us the flexibility of working with different types of data with same name. That is also a case. So that's why there is a concept of method overloading. That's why we like need method overloading. Or these are, you can say, comes under the benefits or advantages of using method overloading. So your code will look cleaner, more clear, clean, more readable if you use method overloading rather than this. So without overloading, you write this thing, different names. Although the functionality is same, with overloading, you simply write same name, print, and on the basis of parameter, you just differentiate these methods, right? So your code would be more maintainable, more readable, more clean. Fine. Okay. Now this is method overloading. I guess you get the idea what is method overloading basically. Okay, this is what need also we have discussed. What is need of method overloading? There are so many benefits of method overloading, like readability of the code, enhance the code readability, flexibility. It allows you to handle different data types or scenarios using the same method name, and maintainability. So it simplifies the maintenance by reducing the need of for separate method for separate for similar task. Task was similar, print, but rather than having the separate name for similar task, it allows us to take same name, right? So your code would be more maintainable. Now there are some rules you need to follow for method overloading. First rule is the method name must be same. Okay, only then you can overload that method. Method name must be same, that is for sure, right? Now parameters must be different. Now how parameters can be different? Either you can change the number of parameter, either you can change the type of parameter. See, the number or the type of parameter must be different, or both the cases can be there. Number is also changed and their type is also changed for those parameters. Okay, let's take this example. So these are some methods. See, method name must be same. This is the rule, first rule. Second name, parameters must be different. So here, these are valid method overloading. Two parameters you are passing. Here we are passing three parameters. Number of parameters are different. Here I am passing two parameter, but see, one is int a, one is double b. So that is also different from these two. This is also valid. Only two parameter I am passing. But see, int a double b, here double a int b. So order is different. Number of parameter are same. Type is also same. One is int, one is double, but the order is different. In this first parameter is int. In this second parameter is int. In this second parameter is double. In this first parameter is double. So if order is different, then also it will work. It is a valid method overloading. Here we are passing two, but double and double two are different. Double and double, right? So parameter list must be different. Okay. Now, if you think that, let's take one more. Like here I am passing. Here I have void sum, and here suppose let's change the return type of this int sum and simply pass. We cannot say int sum and simply pass here like int a int b. So in this case, it will accepting two arguments of type int and returning return type is int. But it is not a valid method overloading. See, int int two parameter. Only the return type is different. But alone, the return type alone cannot differentiate the methods. Return type alone is not responsible. See, return type is irrelevant. So the return type does not affect the method overloading. So now it will give you error. Like maybe already defined this sum here. This is not valid. Parameter list must be different. Parameters must be different to achieve method overloading. Right? See, in the definition, we have seen this thing that they must be different. Their method signature must be different. And method signature in the previous, one of the previous lecture, I have told you what is method signature. It includes the name of that method. Like for this method, the method signature is the name and the type int and number of parameters. So this is the method signature. For this, if you find out, if you write the method signature, then that is sum int comma int. Return type is not included in the method signature. So both the method signatures are same, right? So yeah, that's why in the definition it's written that it should be differentiated based on their method signature should be unique. Now method signature for this is sum double double. So that is different. For the sum double int, sum int double, order is different. So this is method signature. Okay. So now the basic idea is it's clear to you what is method overloading and what are the rules. If you want to achieve method overloading, then what are some rules? Okay. Now let me just show you this thing till now, whatever we have discussed practically, then we will see later further. So in our first project, this let's create a new Java class and we are discussing here method overloading. Let's create a method, simple method. Let's create now void simply print. And here we are just having int a. And here simply printing here whatever the int value we pass. And one more method we are having the same. Let's just copy paste this method only. But in this case, we are passing not int, we are passing suppose double value. So here we simply printing double value. And in the next simply let's take string str and printing string. You can take variable name a also, but I'm just taking str. So three methods we have taken having the same name print. Now let's call these methods. Where we call these methods in? Sorry, in main. So first let's call print simply pass 5 and print. Here we are passing Jenny, and in next print I'm passing simply 6, 7.6, something like this. That's it. Okay. So which method now is to be called, because all are having same name. So at the compile time only, the compiler, Java compiler, determines which method is to be called based on the method signature. So I'm passing int here. So method signature for this is what? Print int. Like this. Method signature is print the name of the method and simply int. One parameter type int. So this is matched with this method signature. So at this point of time, this method is to be called. Right? Not these two. Let's just comment out these two and I'll show you the, let's debug this. Let's just add some debugging points, the breakpoints. Let's just debug this. So you can easily debug and you can check which method is going to be called. This is the best way to check, right? So at now we are having control is here. First control will go to the main, then control is here at this calling. Now let's just step over. Now see the control is at this line because we are in this function, this method int a. So it will print printing integer value a is equal to 5. So it will print here 5 and simply return. So let's just step over. Now see control is at the closing bracket and we the output is printing integer value 5. So let's just step over. Now control is back to the caller, and after calling this, after just this line, whatever is there, control will be at that line. So just after this calling caller method, the we are just closing the main. So control is here and that's it, right? So this is how this is to be called. Now print, let's just check for this print Jenny and let's just comment out this thing. Okay, we are not we shouldn't run this, so we will debug this. Let's just debug this to get it step by step. So in the console there is nothing. Now step over. See, now the control is here within this string method and str is now Jenny. Str has been assigned to Jenny and control is at this line. So once you step over, this would be printed string value Jenny and then exit. So at the compile time only, compiler decides. At the bytecode only, it will like write which method is to be called and by the JVM at runtime. And this is basically known as method binding. Okay. Now, I hope you got the idea of what is method overloading and how to write this thing. Now, let me just tell you with one more example. Here we are having, suppose, addition of two numbers. So let's just comment out these things. Now we are having two methods. So here at the first method, I'm just writing static int. So let's just comment out all the previous thing, all the previous methods, and we'll just have two methods. So let's just comment out these things. Static void add int a int b and static int. I have just changed the return type. Method name is same, parameter number of parameters same, and the type is also same. So this will give you error. If I just call this, let's suppose I call this add and 2 comma 3. So it's like some error. It's already defined in method overloading. It's already defined because method signature for this is add int int, for this also add int int, and the method signature is same. So return type alone cannot differentiate the methods. You have to change something. Suppose I change here int c. Now see there is no error. So now add 2 3 we are passing means it will simply call there are two parameters. So this thing, and if I pass here like add 2 comma 3 2 comma 2 comma 1, then this thing will call this method, but it is returning something. So you have to like int, let's just fetch this into result, and after that just print whatever the result is. right? So let's run this, and now you will get the output 5 and 4. Okay, why 5 and 4? Because we are just writing here return a plus b, and there are three parameters. So a plus b plus c. So now this point it will give you 5 and 5 only. Okay, because 2 plus 2 plus 1 is also 5. Let's make it 2. So it will give you now 6, right? And both static and instance method can be overloaded. These are static method, but if you make it instance method, that will also work fine. But only difference is now you cannot call these directly. You have to first create object of this class, method overloading, and let's create object name is obj simply. And now you can call these methods. Have to call just object name. What is obj dot with dot operator? And here also simply same thing you need to do. Sorry, this will work now. Right, let's run this and you will get 5 and 6 out. So both the methods, whether it's static or instance, you can overload both the type of methods. Now, overloading with different types of parameter we have seen here. We are overloading with different types of parameters. We are printing here type of parameter is int, here double, here string. Now overloading we have seen with a different number of parameters. Number is different. Here we have 2, here we have 3. Now let's have one more. Let's have one more thing. Void, not int, let's take it double this time. Return type. Method name is same, and here I'm passing int a comma. Second is double b. It will simply return a plus b. And one more we have here. I am having first is double and the next is int. I mean the order is different. So these two we are having, right? Okay, now okay, what we are saying here is identifier expected. So obviously we cannot take both void and double. Void means no return type, double means double return type. So that would definitely be an error. Yeah, sometimes I do silly mistakes. Sorry. Double and double. Add two parameter, but order is different. So this will give you no error. Let's just comment out these two. And let's just call now. So method overloading, I'm int and double. Suppose I'm passing here int and here I'm passing point 3.2. So this will call this thing because the signature is what? The signature for this method is what? The method name first is int and next is double. So this signature is exactly matching with this calling. First add, then int and then double. So it will call this. Now in second case, if I call something like this 2.2 and then just 2. So now this will add provided is what is there? Provided is double and required is int only. Here one okay, the error is what? Provided is double and required is int. Fine. See, required is int because the whatever the result we are storing, whatever this method will return, we are storing that into a variable result and the type of result is int. But this will return double. So that's why you're getting an error. So you can make it to double or you can cast this result to int. That is also fine. So just make it double and just print. Let's run this and now you will not get any error. 4.2 because we are printing only one, this thing. We are not printing this. Whatever it is returning, we are just calling this. We are not fetching that output in a simple variable or we are not uh, calling this into system.out.println. This will print these values, right? Now, so I hope you got. This method will call this and this method will call this, right? Because of the signature, right? So these are like order of parameters different, types of parameters is different. And let's just now uncomment these things. And what if now, let me tell you one more thing. Let me just show you one more thing. Let's just comment out these lines. And here, suppose I'm creating two variable, that is byte of type byte. Byte 1 is equal to this and b2 is equal to 20. And now in system.out.println, I'm calling like obj dot add, and I'm just passing 10 comma 20. That's it. So now what is the error here? What output you will get here? See, here it is showing now the error, that is cannot resolve println void obj dot add. Okay, fine. Why you are getting this error? Let me just first comment out this and simply call this. I'll tell you why you were getting this error. Obj dot add, and sorry, we are passing here b1, not 10 and 20, and b2, whatever variable we have created. What do you think? See, there is no method out of these four having byte parameters, having the type of parameter byte byte. So maybe you must be thinking like this should give error because there is no matching method signature. But this will not give any error. Which method is going to be called? Byte. So if exact matching is not found, then it will go for the next larger data type. B1 can be converted to next short. So it will check for the method signature having short, like add, first parameter short, second parameter also short, something like this. But see, there is no short. Now it will move to the next larger, that is now int. Now we got int. So at this point of time, this will call this method int. It's like type promotion. So this thing is also there in method overloading. If I show you, let's just debug this. Let's just add some debugging point here for this method as well, and for this method as well. This would not be called definitely because there are three parameters, that is for sure, and we are passing only two parameters. Let's just debug this and see which method is going to be called here. So on console there is nothing right now, so we are at this place right now. Control is here. Step over. So after executing this line, b1 is equal to 10, b2 is equal to 20. Control is here at this point of time. So method overloading, b1 10, b2 20. So let's just step over, and which method is going to be called? This one. See, the control is within this method now. Add int a int b. Now a becomes 10, b becomes 20, and we are just printing a plus b. So let's step over and it will print 30. That's it. Step over and out of the program, disconnected. So type promotion can be there. But because of this type promotion now, if I suppose, let's take one more thing. Let's just copy paste this thing. And now one more method I have, but that method I'm having short and short. So we are having now 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 methods. What do you think? Now everything is same. We are taking byte type of thing here, byte data type. Which method is going to be called? Exact matching is not there, so it will go to the next larger. After byte there is short. Yeah, we have short. At this point of time, it will call this method, not int method, not the method having int parameter. Let's just debug this and I'll show you. Let's debug this and see on the console right now we have nothing. Control is here. Step over. B1 10, B2 10. Let's step over and now see we are in this method. Add short a, short b. Now a becomes 10, b becomes 20, and a plus b. Right. So this is kind of type promotion. I hope you got this. But now let me show you one more thing, and let's just remove all the breakpoints here. I hope till now whatever we have discussed that is clear to you, right? Now rather than calling these, let's just comment out these two. So we are calling now 1 comma 2. So both are int, so definitely it will go for this int, right? If I just print this into system.out.println, let's just see. I'm not sure which this is going to be called. We can debug this and we can see. So it is showing cannot resolve method println void. Okay, we are calling just this is void, so it is not returning anything. So this should be calling is like this, right? Let's run this and see. Stop the debugging. Now variable value of the parameter is always 1. This is always 2. So it will call now int this method having int parameter. It will not call the method having short. But obviously 1 and 2 are also come in integer, so short is also like int. But by default, when you pass any int value, so that would be considered as integer value, then that would be considered as the data type is int only, not byte or short. If you're taking byte or short, you have to specifically tell that, okay, this is short type, this is short type, or this is byte type. Like in this previous case. By default, if you pass any int value, then that would be considered under int data type. So it will call not short, it will call this add having int parameter. Okay. Now one more thing I want to show you. Let's just comment out this and comment out this as well. Okay, we don't comment out this. Let's just comment out this only. Now we are passing 1 and 2. See now. Ambiguous method call. At this point of time, don't think that if you're not having a method having int parameter, it will call short parameter. No. These are int only. These are int literal. And short is smaller, int is larger. So demotion is not possible. From smaller to larger is possible, but this is larger int. So larger to smaller is not possible. So definitely it will not call this one. Why it is showing you ambiguous method call? See, both add int double and add double int match. Both method are matching these methods. Let us comment out this also. And let us comment out this also. Then you will get it better. Now we are having this int double and double int. And we are passing int. So it is giving you ambiguity error, ambiguous method call. Both methods are matching. See, there is no exact match, right? No, both the parameter int. There is no exact match. Now, if there is no exact match, then I have told you it will go for the next larger data type. So now, one, suppose one is matching with this like int, and it will go for 2 would be converted to double. That is fine because int is smaller, double is larger. So it can do type promotion. But second case is also same. One can also, one is integer, so it can also be promoted to double, and 2 is also int. So compiler is not now confused. Which is going to be called? So that's why you are getting here ambiguity error. So ambiguity occurs when the compiler cannot determine which overloaded method to call. Which one? Because we are having two methods in this case. So if you have multiple methods, match the method invocation. So this is method invocation and both the methods are matching. So compiler is confused now which is to be called. So that's why you are getting ambiguity error. And the reason of ambiguity here is, what is the reason? Reason for ambiguity is type promotion. Because int can be promoted to larger data type, that is long or float, like double, like this. Because of type promotion, so you need to take care of this thing also while doing method overloading. So because of type promotion, there can be some ambiguity. So while writing method overloading, you have to take care of this thing also, right? And now see, if I change it something like this, if I change a little bit 2.3, Now there is no ambiguity error because the method signature for this is add int double and exact match is found at int double. So it will call this method. You can check this. If you add some breakpoint here and here also, you can check which method is going to be called. You can just debug this and you can check this. So at console there is nothing. Let's step over. So at this point of time we have this a at this line. Step over. Now see, we are the control is into this method, body of this method. A is 1, B is 2.3, return A plus B. So it will return whatever the value is. And that's it. Right? Now let's just stop this debugging, and if I change it a little bit, 1.1, sorry, 1.1. Now cannot resolve method because there is no double and double. One is double, one is int. So it's not like that. Okay, this is double, this is matching with this, and this is double, this is int. Double is larger, int is smaller. So larger to smaller is not possible. In that case, you have to typecast. If you typecast this thing here, if I typecast this to int, then it's fine. Now this is double and this is int. So it will go to this. B value is always 2. Although we are passing 2.3, but we are converting this into int, typecasting this into int. So that's why B value becomes 2. So it will call this method, right? And if you will not typecast, simply you pass here int. At this point of time, it will call this method because first is double, second is int. So exact match is found. You can just debug this and you can check this out. So this is the best way to check which method is going to be called. So here after this, see, we are in this method. Second one now. Double int. And it will print whatever the result is. Right? It is not printing anything because we are not, it is returning something and we are just calling this like this. So if you want to print, you just have to take a like variable double, result is equal to this, and you can just simply print this result. That thing, I hope no need to tell you that thing, you know, right? Second type of thing is ambiguity can occur when you pass null as an argument. So we know there is a null literal in Java, Boolean literal, true and false, and we are having null literal as well. So those object references can be null, like string can be null, any object can be null. And how to pass object, that thing I have shown you in previous video, right? So let's just take one more example here. So we are having one method display, we are passing string here. String is not a primitive type, string is a reference type, object reference. So here this is of static type I have taken. So let's just, we don't need to create object of this class. We can simply call this display. Display and Jenny. So it will call this method. So right now we are not passing anything. Like I am going to pass what? Null literal. See, null literal. So see the name is now, value of parameter name is always null. Now if you run this, then what output you will get here? See, null. Now one more method let's take. Static and same method, same type. Let's suppose I'm taking same method display and here I'm passing object at this point of time. So we're creating object of this, obj new this, and now in display, I want to pass the object obj, right? This thing. Rather than object, we are passing simply null. So let's just create here this and we're passing null. And let's just create here, it will accept method overloading and obj1. It will accept the reference of the already existed object. This thing we have discussed in the previous lecture, how to pass this object, right? So let's just print out obj1 dot, we have taken some id, whatever the id is. So I'm just printing the id. Okay. Right now I'm again passing here null. See now, it will give you ambiguous method call. And rather than this null, if I simply pass, suppose I do this thing obj.id is equal to 10, and I'm simply passing here rather than null, whatever the object is. So it will call which method I'm calling obj. So let's just, I'm passing here object. So it will call which method? See, 10 is going to be printed. So if you check it, if you debug this, let's just debug this here. Let's just add some breakpoint in both the methods and debug. See now, let's just step over, and it is now in this method. Display method overloading obj1 system.out.println obj1.id. Right? Let's just debug this, and it will simply print 10 now out. So we're passing object actually. But now we are passing null. See now, ambiguous method call. Both, when you hover the cursor here, then it will show you both display string and display method overloading in this match. So both are matching because we can pass string literal can be null. In a string we can pass null. In an object reference we can in object reference can be also null. So both are matching. In this case also you will get ambiguity kind of thing, error. So ambiguity can occur with null as an argument. So this thing also you need to take care. When you're dealing with these object references, don't pass null here. Pass the matching value. Either like here name or either pass here object. Right? So there can be ambiguity errors. And these are, see, user defined methods. We are defining these methods and we are overloading these methods. But in Java libraries also, there are already those predefined methods are also already overloaded methods. There are many overloaded methods in Java libraries. Like we have println. These are overloaded methods. Let me show you this thing also. So when you search on Google like print stream class in Java, this is from Oracle Help Center. So let's just open this thing only. And this is the class print stream. So in this, obviously, we know we have those method print and println. So these are overloaded methods. See, same name, parameter is different. Type boolean b, char c. Parameter number of parameter is different, but type is sorry, number of parameter is same, one parameter, but type is different. Name is print. It will print a boolean value, print a character. It will print an array of character, then double, then float, then int. Same for println also. Println is also overloaded. See, same method name, but it will terminate the current line by writing the line separator string. It will print the boolean. It will print the character. It will print array of character. Then it will print double, then float, then int, then long. Okay. So like this in more also, like there are so many predefined methods in maths, those math class also there are many methods that are overloaded methods, but these are simply we are using these method print and println. That's why I'm showing you, because println, we can use println and here we can pass simply string that would be printed. We can use println and simply pass any int, so integer would be printed. If you pass float would be printed. So that's why I'm showing you this thing that println is also overloaded method, right? So overloading also makes these APIs easier to use and more intuitive. Okay, so we have seen this thing overloading with different parameters. Type of parameter we have changed, right? Then overloading with different number of parameter, and this is different type of parameter. Type is int, here type is double. Here different number of parameter. Here one parameter of string type, here two parameter, one is string, one is int. So this is how we can achieve overloading. Ambiguity also we have discussed how you can get the ambiguity, what can be the reason with example. So to avoid this ambiguity, you have to provide the argument that matches the exact signature of one of the overloaded method to avoid ambiguity. right? Like this example we have taken, exactly this example. Benefits also I have told you already. Code readability, flexibility, readability, and reusability and maintainability. This thing we have seen. Reusability means the same name we can use again and again. Readability means obviously same name we are taking, different parameter we are passing. So it would be more readable because it provides you the consistent naming convention for related functions for similar action. We can handle various data types or scenarios using the same method name. So it provides you the flexibility to handle different data types. Maintainability also by reducing the need for separate method for similar task, right? You can take only single method name. So it is going to increase the maintainability also. So I hope you got this thing. Like what is method overloading, right? Now, in the next video, we will see, in the next lecture, we will see one coding exercise based on this method overloading. So now I'll see you the next lecture. Till then, bye bye. Take care.